So, sir, it's 3, 2, 1. Over to you, Arpan, sir.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to Life Pharma Coalition, our weekly elixir of learning and development for the pharmaceutical professionals. Well, it's said that when a drop of water falls in a lake, it loses its identity. But when a drop of water falls on a leaf, it shines. In fact, LPC is that leaf which allows each and every member who comes on board this wonderful platform to shine. And that shine is so very contagious because, along with the person, it allows the others also to shine because we gain such a lot of learning, such a lot of knowledge from the experiences that are shared on Live Pharma Coalition. In fact, today is the 117th session. So the 116 steps that we have worked towards enhancing our learning, we have worked so hard to build our knowledge is definitely going to yield a lot of results. And as Mr. Krishnan Balaji was saying a little while back, that this platform has really worked wonders as far as enhancing the knowledge and the engagement of employees to any organization is concerned. In fact, there has been a very good change in mindset of people who have been associated with Life Pharma Coalition, and they indeed believe that learning and development is definitely a very good return on investment for the organizations, and any organization that puts in money behind the learning and development of the employees thrives and goes a long way in building big organizations and high profitability. One of the great things that we have seen that enhances an employee is appreciation, but that is something we feel so meager while giving it out to employees. In fact, Mr. Steve Foran, who is the CEO of Gratitude at Work, he explains that there is a direct connection between showing appreciation or gratitude for employees and attracting and retaining the best talent, because appreciation it actually inspires the employees to bring out their personal best every working day. And appropriate appreciation goes a long way in the workplace because employee recognition is actually a key determinant of company growth and productivity. In fact, offered properly, gratitude and appreciation fulfill the two fundamental human needs that are prerequisite for being our best selves. The first is the need to feel capable and competent, and number two, the need to feel socially valid and cared for. So, friends, we need to provide in the moment praise and feedback when the team reaches a milestone or makes progress towards their goal. Therefore, a quick recognition is great, but setting aside space and time to acknowledge the team is even better. So, whenever and wherever there is a scope to appreciate somebody for whatever little they have done, don't hesitate, don't stay back. Immediately appreciate the person because it goes a long way in building employee motivation. So, now let me take this occasion for presenting the journey of LPC so far, because as I said that this is the 117th session and we have already walked 116 steps towards enhancing the learning and development. So welcome to the world's largest online pharma discussion platform, that is Live Pharma Coalition. In fact, this has become the world's largest pharma discussion platform with 45 plus pharma companies and institutions with 125 plus speakers. And there has been a good number, that is over 20,000 people reach on Facebook as well as YouTube. And why not? Because we have the best of the industry with us as far as our executive member team is concerned. The 28 strong members who come across the length and breadth, not of the country, but of the globe, to enhance the learning and development of the people who are so well connected with this wonderful pharmaceutical industry. In fact, this was the event that we had all waited for, and it was your participation that has given such a lot of success to LPC 100 Conclave. And thank you so much, friends, for your overwhelming support for LPC 100 Conclave. which was at Mumbai. For any collaboration that you would like to associate with yourself or with your organization with LPC, please don't hesitate to contact Mr. Raman, Mr. Yashwant, Mr. ICS, or even me at the numbers given below. And this is the photograph of the members, the leaders across the pharma industry who had been present at LPC 100 conclave and whose knowledge had nourished this platform into what we are today. And this photograph is reminiscent of the participation, the support, the love, and the participation that you all give us on the LPC 100 conclave in the month of March. So I would be failing in my duties if I don't acknowledge the support given by Imagica Health as far as session support is concerned. In fact, Imagica Health, in a nutshell, explores the intersection between design, digital health technology, and content marketing for the leading brands. In fact, they have an ex-marketeer-led team of medical writers, graphic designers, streamers, and coders who serve pharmaceuticals for bettering the customer engagement, bringing patient centricity, improving control on the sales, and increasing the return on investment for various marketing campaigns. Thank you so much, Imagica Health, for being so well connected with this Life Pharma Coalition platform week after week. We seek your support in our coming days as well. So welcome once again to Life Pharma Coalition platform. And in fact, today we are having one of the best orators, one of the biggest leaders that the pharmaceutical industry in India has ever had. And it is none other than Mr. S.V. Krishnan Balaji, who is the founder and director of RPPL. And along with that, he has taken up another assignment of being the mentor of Niche Therapeutics Private Limited. In fact, he has been one of our founder members of LPC and has been very inspiring in the journey of LPC. And whenever and wherever it was required, he has never shied back from giving his advice, giving us his presence as well as support whenever we need it. So along with me, we also have Mr. Yashwant Mishra, who is a sales trainer and leadership coach and the founder of director of Benzene Ring Learning Solutions. So today we are basically going to dwell on the topic of leading your teams for high performance. And before we proceed any further, let me just share a small piece of information. We were just telling you in the last 2 weeks that on the 21st of August, we are going to have the LPC Conclave 2.0 at Ahmedabad. But because of some technical constraints, unavailability of keynote speakers or availability of the hotel, we have deferred it to 11th of September, which is also a Sunday. And in fact, it is going to be a very august gathering of all our keynote speakers, our participants, our members, and the other stakeholders. So please don't forget to register for LPC Conclave 2.0 at Ahmedabad on the 11th of September 2022, which is also a Sunday. And we can assure you that your participation in this gala event is definitely going to make this a grand success. And thank you so much, LPC 1116, which was last week on Global Leadership, which had a very big reach on Facebook and YouTube. So please continue supporting our endeavor as we go along in today's learning journey. So I'll now hand it over to Mr. Yashwant Mishra so that he can introduce our speaker, Mr. S.V. Krishnan Balaji, sir. So over to you, Yashwant, sir.
Thank you very much, Arpan. Indeed, it is a pleasure to have Mr. Krishnan Balaji sir today as a speaker. Most of us already know him, and he is a regular speaker. Also, he is a part of LPC mentorship group, always very kind and having support to our Life Pharma Coalition. So thank you very much, Krishnan Balaji sir, for accepting our invite and agreeing to share your views on two of the very important component of today's session, that is leading your team with towards high performance. And there are two components of today's session. One is leading a team in uncertainty in current situation, and second, how to build a high performance team. Both the aspects are very, very important across pharmaceutical industry, because as everyone knows, post-pandemic industry is going towards a turmoil. Lot of restructuring happening, lot of merger and acquisition happening, lot of downsizing happening. Most of the multinational companies are not able to operate in India. They are handing over their operations and products to Indian companies and closing down their operations. In this type of uncertainty, many of the colleagues are jobless and searching for opportunities. So in this condition, how to lead your team towards high performance is very, very important. So today we have Mr. Krishnan Balaji sir, who is a leader. He is a founder director of RPPL, Renewable Pharmaceutical Limited, and he have been build this company for last 17 years from scratch to a big conglomerate. And each and every team member of RPPL is emotionally attached with Balaji sir. That is his power of leadership. Not only that, apart from this, he is also a mentor for niche therapeutics, which deals with wellness and nutraceutical products. So we are really fortunate to have Krishnan Balaji sir in today's session, and he is going to have his presentation in two parts. First is leadership, and second is building high performance team. So sir, thank you very much for accepting again, and over to Krishnan Balaji sir.
Thank you, Mr. Yashwant Mishraji, and thank you, Arpan. Great morning, my dear leaders. Indeed, it's a wonderful association we have been having right from pandemic COVID beginning. COVID was the first when COVID lockdown, pandemic, all these are the new words which we heard in the year 2020. So right from that period, me and Mr. Yashwant Mishra, Mr. Arpan, Mr. ICS Verma, Raman Marke, and all our people are really we started our relationship at the time of pandemic. And thank you very much for this initiation, what you have taken for empowering people. I don't worry about number of people are getting benefit. I worry only about even that one can make the change. That is what, even in this aspect, we as RPPL are beneficiary in this. Reason is that many leaders have started working on improvement, self-development, improving their knowledge, not only a quantity work, the quality work is also equally important. Many of our leaders, even we are one among the beneficiary list. So I'm very happy and thankful to LPC for such a wonderful topics, wonderful knowledge sharing platforms being created for many people. Today, I'm very happy and proud to be a part of expression. I will not say presentation because presentation is a big word. I don't know whether I deserve it or not, but I feel that leadership is responsibility for everyone. So we need to show certain responsibility in that. Leadership is big part. So I would like to express a few of my understanding. I will not say I know things, but I would like to, I hear from the people, I learn from the mentors like you. Everyone are mentors. So I would like to share certain things today. So let me take the privilege of start my sharing instead of taking much of your valuable Sunday beautiful quality family time. Thank you very much. In spite you are all showing interest to learn something and start listening this program. So friends, today, as rightly said by Mr. Arpan and as well as our Yashwantji, that I'm Krishnan Balaji. I'm a founder and director for RPPL, where 127 employees are working in that company, having a exposure in 11 states of operation in India. So it is being started by one among you, that is me, at the year 2005 at the place called Nellore, where the Andhra Pradesh, remote Andhra Pradesh, and of course close to the Chennai. So in Nellore, I worked as a representative for 10 years, and I turned as an entrepreneur in the year 2005. So that was a journey started for RPPL with the help of my co-director and the help of our team. Really, company is doing a significant impact. And as rightly said, though there are many uncertainty in the pharma industry, with a strong people support and the strong team, we could able to make good impact in RPPL. Thank you, leaders. Thank you, friends, for that. And today, 127 people are working in that company. Again, I've taken again an additional responsibility to support the niche therapeutics where the lifestyle solutions can be addressed to the nutritional. So such a wonderful topic, wonderful company where recently taken an association. That's a small company, small startup. 15 people are working in the team. Definitely, with all your blessings and sincere value of ours, will make all the companies to be more and more successful, not only in producing turnover, sales, and other size, more than the discipline, values, ethics, system, process, everything will keep it in the place. We form a company with the values, not only by money or the turnover. We do turnover with a system and process, not only by creating a normal wealth. It is a meaningful companies we create. Thank you very much for your understanding today. Let me take the pleasure to promote, to share leadership thoughts and leadership ideas. So a leader, the first word when we hear leader, we assume, sir, is a born person, sir, by family itself, legacy, or we think some other day. But leaders are not born, friends. Leaders are made. Leaders are made, and they are made just like anything else, through hard work. And that is a price we all have to pay to achieve that goal or any goal. So remember, leaders, we are all not born actually. We are made with our desire, with our hard work, including we can make any people make many people to be a leader. So understand, though, this is what the first message I want to convey. Leaders are made, not born. And if you ask me a question, the definition of leadership, I'll say in only one word. All leadership is about influence. So leadership is influence, all about the influence. If the people can increase their influence with others, they can lead more effectively. This is what John Maxwell says. And friends, today I wanted to convey the leadership understanding through a story. Generally, I believe in that the story is the one where it will make more reach for people to understand like me. So I always believe that anything is correlated to the reality, that gives more reaches, that give more reach. So I would like to share a story that there is a argument between the north wind and sun. There is an argument between north wind. North wind is always used to be a hot one. We used to say in Telugu, Vadadabba. So north wind versus, there is a sun, hot sun. There is an argument that who is superior. Okay, always argument will be there for everywhere. Wherever the two is applied, obviously argument and comparison will come. So north wind and sun, in that argument, they are keeping a task that to prove who is superior. There is a man, there is a traveler was wearing a coat, and the task is that either wind or sun, who removes his coat will be a winner. This is what the competition, this is what the battle. So in that, the first innings, the first game, north wind is starting. So north wind is giving a full blow of air to the man who is wearing a coat. So the maximum flow, it is showing, the wind is showing, wind is not able to remove, he is holding it tightly. The wind could not able to remove the coat from him. So the wind tried its maximum, achieves and leaves at one place and given a bat to the sun. Sun is taking a chance. Sun is significantly increasing the warmth and significantly increasing the action of sun action. So the person could not able to tolerate the suffocation inside. He was slowly removing the coat, and one part he completely removes coat and take the help of cold weather, coolness. So the thing is, the sun is winning here. Sun is achieving the task of removing the coat from him. The moral here, friends, here, influence is greater than the force. The sun is influencing internally to remove the boat, and the pressure which is externally comes by the force, which will not allow the person to leave the court. So I would like to say that whole leadership is everything about influence. If you could able to influence team, if you could able to influence person, you are a leader. In this aspect, God has created everyone as a leader. So proud that we are all leaders. Be part that we are all the part of a great leadership. So this is what the moral I want to start, friends. Today, I want to give you the clarification. Society call manager. Now, all these days, we call managers means the respect. No doubt, undoubtedly, we respect all the managers. But I would like to give you the small difference between the managers and leaders. Managers, they say, do it. Okay. And we as a leader, we say, let's do it. So that is a difference where let us all change the walk from managing manager to the leader. In fact, in our two companies, we designate our people as leaders. We say area business leaders, regional business leaders. Even here also that regional sales leader, zonal sales leader. In fact, a leader is the one where right from the beginning, we should replace the word from manager to the leader. That will create impact in productivity, action, behavior. In all aspects, it will give a lot of output. Friends, today, I want to give you the difference that how the manager respond, how the leader, the small difference, if you just look into that person, we'll see the leader first, the person who analyzes current situation against set standards and thereby uses 5 skills, that is analyzing, planning, organizing, execution, monitoring through the checks and control. Normally, leader they do this and they give a monotonous poem. The leader, if you look at the person who influences a group of people towards goal achievement by using a skill of communicating, coaching, counseling, motivating, influencing, and delegating. So the leader action and the manager action, it differs, and the behavior differs, of course. Proportionately, outcome also will differ. So, friends, today I'm sure you are all very clear the difference between the leader and manager. The leadership means, my dear friends, leadership means the leader is a person who influences group of people towards the achievement of goal. Towards the achievement of goal, a leader is a person who is using a skill of communicating, coaching, counseling, motivating, influencing, delegating, shows vision. My dear friend, the visionary can able to achieve something. Today the great leaders are there in pharma, the great leaders are there in our country, the great people who all achieve something. It is purely because of vision. It's purely because of vision. Visionaries are really a permanent successful people. So the leader who should able to show the vision to the people, and a leader should protect the values of a team, values of the company. So in this aspect, leadership is all about that influencing. Again and again, I would like to remind that influencing is major part of a leadership. Friends, today, with the help of my friend Mr. Yashwant Mishra, I've collected this information that leadership styles. So generally, pharmaceutical companies, if you look into that, commonly visible styles are 4 styles which I'm showing here: autocratic, democratic, and empowered, powerless. These are all the common leadership style which is exhibited in the pharmaceutical place or in the regular leadership place. Friends, today I am not here to criticize one is good, another one is bad. Please understand, everything is required, everything is, it has its own merits and demerits, advantage and disadvantage. So I'm here to just to show the models, what all the models available here. Not to say one is correct, other one is wrong. Everyone are correct. Whomsoever getting a runs, they are the winners. It is not that this shot only a right shot. So at the end, the team should get more and more sales. That is what we say. So still, it is our responsibility to analyze which leadership will give more yielding. Understand? So in this aspect, I would like to show this autocratic, empowered, powerless, and democratic. The 4 types of a leadership is being demonstrated usually by our leaders. We will see in depth about this 4 leadership. So first, let us look at the autocratic leader. How the behavioral and the response they give, especially to the team. We can see that autocratic leaders are commonly a task force. They are defined task all the time, target all the time. They are number chasers right from day one, right from the beginning. They worry only about achieving, and that they are called as task masters. And the communication one way, the autocratic leaders, they always say, let me complete, let me say. See, that the one way communication and gives close direction, what need to be done, how they demonstrate more, how reminder cards, that there's so many methods of how they give. Less concern of team, less concern for team and their opinion. They give a less, because autocratic leaders have more and more of giving their version first, and instead of taking other people's opinion. So one side, we will see the positive outcome on that. It is useful for the new beginners. It's useful for the people who are starting their career in the beginning, or it is sometimes it is useful in an urgent situation. It may be useful in urgent situation, but in by large and above, if you look into that, there are large drawbacks. We can see that number one, high attrition, because today's world, people are working for a social respect rather than the normal salary allowances or incentive.
More than that, should give them a pleasure for them to work. So in this new dimensional look of job, we need to be and more careful on looking at the people for the long relationship. Because attrition should be minimum. Here in autocratic leadership, attrition is very high, and people will work, but willingly will be a question mark. Work will be unwillingly they put work, and they don't feel much comfortable. These are all the drawbacks on the autocratic leadership. So now again, I will show you a democratic leadership. So democratic, the word itself, it gives a lot of happiness. Democracy, democratic, yes, undoubtedly. We'll see how the people behave in this democratic leadership. People focus on people care, concern for the people care. So they give more priority for the people rather than the task, rather than the goal, rather than anything. The people are more, focused here. And selling concept is not imposing decision. That means selling the concept, not imposing the decision. It is common in the democratic leadership and involves in planning and decision making. They make all the people to involve and the planning and decision making. In fact, in the year 1996-2003, I worked in a company where the democratic leadership was a trade union company, FMRA recognized forum company. I've seen the culture, how the company behave, how the people they move with the management. So in that, I've seen there are some setbacks where when you want to get commitment and motivate team, it will be much useful because oneness will be there. Advantage here is that the people will collect immediately because people they feel that it is a people company. So that emotional bonding will be very high. But advantage again, attrition will be very less. People they don't leave the company. In fact, my wife did not allow me to leave the company at the time. Such a people last working day, everything we get, they don't ask sales. They dump this much of inputs. Of course. So at the one side, one aspect that is a good, less attrition and drawback, goody good relationship. And also growth aspects, individual growth may not be that much as we see in other places. And no pressure for the task achievement. See, always everything has got advantage and disadvantage. So democratic leadership has got advantage and have got some disadvantage. In terms of chasing numbers, there will be again less. So there are some advantage and disadvantage in every leadership. So now we have seen what is there in the democratic leadership. Friends, now I would like to share about the empowered leadership. Now, balanced approach. Empowered leadership always will have a balanced approach. High task and people, the focus and either performance centric as well as people centric for leadership. Concern for task as well as people development, both will be taken care. Concern for both task as well as people development and creates emotional bonding with the team, ensures task is achieved. And it takes responsibility of failure. Failure is our responsibility. I give credit to the team. So achievement, success to the team, and failure, the leader will have to absorb. And assertive in team building, in team meeting, it is very useful to build trust and commitment in team. So these are all the advantage and maximum of, by and large, empowered leadership is much balanced when compared to the other leadership. And powerless leader, we see many leaders, they are self-centric. They always talk about I purchased that car, I purchased this one, I purchased this, I used Rado, I used this, I used that. See, many of my that's all about the self-centric leadership and no concern for a task, no concern either for people. Okay, there is a reason, might be they named as powerless leader and weak power base, are unable to radiate sales pressure to the team. Unless we radiate the sales importance to the team may not achieve, team may not move forward. So in this leadership, this point is lagging here, and also unable to address the team issues such as confirmation, increment, recognition, promotion, leave. All these are unable to, they get difficult to take decisions on this, and they're like a shock absorbers, like a sandwich. They get pain both from the performance lacking as well as people also will be lacking. So people they don't enjoy working with them. So this is about the powerless leader. Of course, we have seen 4: autocratic as well as democratic, and now we have seen empowered and powerless. You are the best judge to adopt which is required for you. Of course, everything is required. Now, I would like to share about the leadership traits, my dear friends. The leadership traits is all about how strong it will make you as a strong leader. Number one trait for a successful leader is that contemporary, and you should update knowledge periodically. Yesterday was something, it was a history. And what I'm going to tomorrow, it is definitely it is speculation, but what I'm going to do today, what I'm doing today, that matters everything. So unless I update myself, especially on knowledge and market scenario, situation, that is called competition, and also possess a current skill sets, if he could able to if a leader could able to update himself, can able to match many times, my dear friends, the top leaders get paralyzed because they don't update their knowledge, they don't update their version to the current dynamic. Always dynamic, every day dynamic improves, dynamic it changes. Here the dynamic matches, but matching the dynamic is all about your leadership, keeping time with the changing times, update your times. That is a first responsibility of leadership. We always say contemporary, that is a first responsibility of a leadership, right? And next one is embrace company culture. My dear friends, every company has its own culture. In our companies, in our two companies, we have a culture of celebrating customers, that is doctor's birthday, wedding day, in a spiritual way, by doing a temple puja and giving prasadam to the doctors instead of mere cake cutting or other thing. We celebrate in this aspect. This is our culture, and we always maintain and protect the culture. And always we work with a tie, we work with a perfect formal. These are all the company culture. The company culture has to be protected. So the company culture, embrace the company culture, and always know some people always will follow whenever you are trustworthy. The leader should be a trustworthy person. You always should say, act, whatever you spell it out, whatever we say you should act. So trustworthy is an important trait of a leader. And always as patience, that means any tough situation, any difficult situation, one leader should have a highest patience. That patience only will make him to, why he should be patience mean, because he should always think about the consumer in mind as the end users in all decisions made. So keeping that in a mind, always should show the patience and ethical. Never compromise with the quality, safety at any cost. Friends, today the biggest challenge many pharmaceutical face is the distribution manipulation by the end of the month. The reason is that many organizations look at the number chasing, number hitting. In that place, when you drive faster, all chances to do the derailment. So the distribution manipulation, distribution adjustments, distribution compromise, and pushing the field force towards the distributor more rather than the sending them to the doctors. So those activities may reduce the quality of a person efforts. So we always say in our companies, we say that never allow the person to stand on the last working day with the distributors. We always work, generate prescription, even our sales head, he travels, he makes sales call, even at the last working day of last hour. Such a way we develop ethics, such a way we develop values. Reason is that we should not compromise on the ethics and values. Our plan is this, means we should do only on that. We should not make anything against our ethics plan. Ethical code, that is a really important. Of course, that is a responsibility of a leadership. So I hope you all understand the leadership traits, friends. Now we will see the 8 archetype of leadership. That is number 1, I would like to say strategies. Strategist, basically we are all strategists, my dear friends. How you are situationally moving, like a chess, how in a chess game we move, we think and move. Similarly, we have to think and move towards the next step. And also the change, we should be always be like a catalyst. If situation comes, based on that, if marketing plays your role, sales role is required, if you need to be a catalyst on a place, you should adapt and you should contribute to the team by making yourself as a change catalyst. And the transactor, sometimes in many places leadership is deal making. We have to complete the deal by making a transactor, a type of a leadership. And also a builder, that is leadership is an entrepreneurial activity. Everyone should feel that I am a owner of this company. I always use the word, if you think like if you work like a owner, you will become owner. If you work like a worker, you will be a worker. The difference is nothing. The same physical efforts, same everything. Only thing is in the mind. If the leader creates and make him to feel as a owner, they all work as a owner. So the builder, like leadership is an entrepreneurial activity. Every person, the team should feel that I am a captain, I am a owner, I am a owner. So in such a thing which you could able to bring in the minds of the people, the productivity will go in a very high way. And in innovation, leadership is all about the creative ideas. Whenever any innovation comes, we always should appreciate. And generally, in this common world, no, people always resist the innovation. Any innovation, any out of box suggestion is, if it is given, people, they don't look at why it may or may not work. So in this aspect, a leader should be an innovator, and leader should be a creative in idea generation and the processor. The leader is an exercise in efficiency. We should make the team to exercise efficiency, work on the efficiency, and the coach model leadership. The coach leadership is the one where we have to train the people and coach the people for the development. You are not only a leader, you are a coach. So we'll have to be a part of a coach. And the communicator, leadership is a communicator. Leadership, the stage management. It is a one we'll have to communicate as effectively to the team, both to the internal customers and to the external customers. Friends, today, this new leadership is building a coaching ecosystem for driving performance. Today, very less leaders are handling this, building a coaching ecosystem for driving performance. So, coaching is a least used leadership in this common world. We don't use this, but I would like to share certain great points about this. We all should know today. I wanted to share my personal request to all of you that this model has got power. Let us understand this model. If you're really interested, you can adapt it. It's up to you whether you adapt it or not. It is my responsibility to make you to understand about this coaching ecosystem driving performance, where this coaching is a least used leadership skills and most effective. You will see the outcome, how this coaching style it works today. So friends, today, benefit of coaching style leadership, number one is continuous leadership. Today, the big requirement is consistency. So the consistency is assured today with this continuous leadership. An increased work productivity. This coaching leadership will make the people to understand whom we are. In the pandemic, I personally have taken all our regional leaders, that is second line managers personally, and I was just asking them a weekly based questions, weekly based this style I adopted. I was able to see huge change in their behavior after applying this coaching model, and increased work productivity and free thinking. They will not have any inhibition. Whenever you are going to help them to come out, they will have a free thinking. They will not feel that you are coming to give us some sort of a pressure. They feel that you are going to bring out some best from them. And positive work culture. Whenever you work with a positive work culture, there will not be any unwanted negativity come. Even every action will go positive. And empowerment, my dear friend, empowerment will give more and more happiness for the both, for the beneficiary as well as people who are doing to us. So that empowerment will take place. Improved communication between the people, communication, it will have more and more improvement. The tight close communication will be there, especially on this coaching style of leadership. And enhanced performance, your performance will be always, even in the pandemic, there were companies were struggling to do much turnover. Though we are a specialty company, we did not had much of a sales problem because of this understanding, because of the coaching style of leadership. It went on us. So that is the one which helped. And also heightened self-awareness. Today, most happiest thing for every individual is self-awareness. If I know much about me, I'll be very happy. If we see, whenever any mirror appears, we see our physical attire, how I am looking. It is a physical aspect. Similarly, my self-awareness, what more I require more than my self-awareness. So friends, these are all the benefits out of this coaching style of leadership. So with this style of coaching style leadership, I hand over session to Mr. Yashwant Mishra and as well as our Arpan. Again, with after that, I would like to present a second part of a preparation which I made. That is high performance leadership. So we all discuss about the high performance leadership after the session from Mr. Yashwant Mishra. Thank you very much, leaders. I'm sure you all would have enjoyed. Anyway, still the second part is there. Be ready with the second part. Now I hand over session to Mr. Yashwant Mishra. Over to Mr. Yashwant Mishra.
Thank you very much, sir. Please stop the sharing. That is great, sir. The way you have comprehensively explained about the leadership is really good, sir. Your in-depth knowledge about the leadership is really commendable. You have given a comprehensive spectrum of leadership. So it is a challenging task for me to summarize this session, but definitely some key take-home message about for the benefit of the viewers. I would like to reiterate the key take-home message. You started with a wonderful story about the influence is greater than the force. And you told about leadership is nothing but an influence. Anyone who can influence people can lead people. And the story talks about the influence is greater than the force. That is, external pressure will not work, internal inspiration will work. And then you talked about a very good analogy, you can say, manager versus leader. Everyone who is a people manager is having a managerial role and a leadership role. And what you have explained is managerial role focuses on a poem, analysis, planning, organizing, and execution. On the other hand, leadership role talks about influencing, communicating, inspiring, and giving direction. And then you have told about the traits of the leadership. Leaders should be contemporary, they should work on the culture, they should build a trust among the people, and they should follow. They should work on patient and focus, customer focus, and leadership should be ethical. These are the some of the traits you have wonderfully explained about leadership trait. And not only that, you have talked about some of the good ways of leading team. That is strategist, some of the different type of leadership styles, which includes strategist, change catalyst. Leader is a change catalyst who brings the change in the organization, positive change towards higher productivity. And then transactor. Some of the leadership styles are transactors, and some leaders are builders. They build a high performance team. And then innovator. Innovator are the leaders who always bring creativity in the organization. And then there are the processors who focus on systems and process. And then the leaders who are coach, they focus on coaching and developing their team members. And last but not least are the communicator who believe in effective communication and giving their people a role clarity. And then you talked about the coach ecosystem for high performance. A wonderful way you have explained, sir, the coach ecosystem of the high performance, which talks about increasing productivity, free work culture, giving transparency to the people, positive work culture, empowering people, and also bringing them self-awareness. So really, sir, we are privileged to have this session, and the way you have explained in a simple way is really commendable. So we are eagerly waiting, and there are a lot of response coming from a lot of viewers, and some of the viewers who are very regular have appreciated your session, like Arumugam, Arasan, ICS Verma sir, then Sundip Bhaumik, and I can see Kiran Virma ma'am. A lot of people have appreciated. All the questions we will take later on. So I request you to take us through the part 2 of building high performance team. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Yashwanji. So nice, as you rightly said that first and foremost, leadership, knowing about the variations of leadership. And now I would like to share how we can convert the performance, how we can change into the high performance area. So I would like to share, before I share a high performance topic, I would like to really appreciate you all because of your patient hearing. Right from morning, right from 11 o'clock, I could able to see the consistency in your participation. Friends, this is not only to present or to give you a knowledge alone. It is more for individually, for me, to take the responsibility to move forward in the in our companies and our actions. So now I would like to continue my presentation on the building a high performance team. Order of the day is that to meet the challenges, as rightly said by Mr. Yashwant Mishra, post-pandemic uncertainties. My dear friends, it is not a normal thing. Post-pandemic inflation, as you all aware, It's gone up. Even for companies, expenses have gone up. It is not proportionally increased. We have seen in the turnover top line increase, but our expenses are really increasing. Reason is not only the situation, whole country is facing that inflation challenge that is called today causing a very big threat for every one of us. So it is a responsibility of a leader to increase the revenue, to increase the productivity, to increase the performance of a team. So from normal performing team will always will perform. But now today, what we require is high performance team. We should generate. We should form a high performance team. That is the reason today we have prepared this topic. So we have seen about the leadership methods, leadership styles, and leadership patterns, behavior. Now, after knowing about the leadership, traits and other things, let us understand the team building, the building a high performance team. Friends, it is always proud to say that every individual will feel proud to say that my team is very powerful, my team is great. Is it not? So in this aspect, first and foremost quality to build a strong high performance team is mutual trust. The first and foremost point what we require is you should have a trust on the team, and team should have a trust on you. Unless you have a mutual trust, we always will work only on the trust, my dear friend. The whole life is all about trusting each other. The person to whom I am reporting, my immediate reportee and reporting person, equally, we are responsible for the trust on each other. I should trust you. Similarly, I should be trustworthy for you. Is it not? So the mutual trust is a first step for this high performance team. Good communication, not English or not any other language. Communication is a message you should be able to convey perfectly. Good communication from both the sides. You should have a good communication, transparent communication one should have with the team. And effective leadership, my dear friends, responsibility when you exhibit periodically, and whatever the things which you exhibit perfectly will develop a high effective leadership. And external support, always we should be a supportive to the team. Of course, one side identifying the requirement area of improvement, other side is supporting them to minimize the mistakes, reducing the mistake. What are the best of support from both internal support and external support? Always, my dear friends, in this today's leadership, big challenge is people, they identify the mistake from others. Instead of correcting it, they create it, they criticize it with the mistakes. So that again causes further difference, increases the gap between the leader and the people. So let us develop a good ecosystem by identifying, correcting, and making them to realize and bringing the change in action. So internal and external support will help to give high performance, and negotiating skills and clear goals. The goals have to be very very clear goals. So these are all the things will help us to improve, make a best performing team. Friends, today, here you can see the important characteristics where we can see here the characters of high performance team. Number one character is required, that is enthusiasm. The enthusiasm is a one, it is like it is a contagious. If you are enthusiastic, your whole team will be enthusiastic. Okay. So the enthusiastic member of high performance team should have that high levels of enthusiasm. So enthusiasm is a first, I always say it is important. It is like electricity. For everything, for everything to function, electricity is important. So enthusiasm is like a basic electricity, and dedication. How much ever you are dedicated to the people and as well as the task, definitely will give a more and more results. So the dedication, high performance team members are dedicated to their jobs. Your dedication is again contagious. If you are dedicated, your team also will become dedicated. So the dedication is also a contagious. Enthusiasm is contagious. Dedication is contagious, and decision making. Every yes and no, every yes or no, always should be given we should give a place for the people to go for the decision making. So every decision we have to support. So the decision making, these all the characters will improve the more sales. High levels of collaboration, they should feel that they are working, generally we say cooperation and collaboration. People, they cooperate nicely with you, but cooperation will not give you any sort of outcome, my dear friends. Cooperation, it's applicable only in a democratic leadership. Here, what requires is collaboration. So high levels of collaboration one should have. So people always say, sir, I'm very cooperative, sir. Whenever you make a call, I respond. No, that cooperation is not enough today. High level of collaboration. You should take the part of a responsibility. See, it's like a playing in a team. If you're playing in a team, you are responsible even at the eighth down of cricket, eighth down of playing. You should show, you should exhibit your best. So that is a one high level of collaboration will always be appreciated. And shared vision. Your vision should be shared to the people. I always used to share to my people that I want to give employment for 10,000 people. Some people they create, they feel mad also. They feel that I'm crazy. That how by keeping a 200-300 people, how he's talking about 10,000 employees should work. My dear friends, when you share vision, people will understand. They will also become a part of your vision. They will also may not join spontaneously over the period of time. They will join with your vision that I should be a part of this vision. So always shared vision will improve more and more performance between the team, friends. So again, I would like to share the important aspects that how. One second, there's a challenge in my laptop. Yeah. So here I would like to share one important difference that what makes a winning horse. To we see that this horse is winning horse. What makes the horse to win? Can anyone can guess what makes the horse to win? Good food, good energy, good training for the horse. What is required for the horse to win is that hard jockey who makes difference. We always say the winning horse. We always look at the winning horse is outcome, but the action inside is the powerful jockey who made the horse to win. Horse is only a machine. Okay, the jockey who operates. We are like a leaders. We say this company is successful, that company is successful, this company is successful. The companies are nothing but the jockey, but the leaders who makes the company to win. That is all about the jockey who makes difference in the action in the market. We are all, you are all, we are all jockeys, my dear friends. We have a team. We have to make our team to be a most successful team. So that is what I would like to say here. Jockey, who is a real leader, can able to make the horse to be a success. So that is the one. We are all the jockeys who should really make the people to win in this and to make a high performance team. The first and foremost, building a team, that leadership, building a team, the right team, right from the formation. We should building a right team and provide direction and inspired towards the common goal. So everyone should have a common goal that if you have a product, we have a product called Night Domain, that we have a product called Shurma, we have a product called this. The common goal to make this product and this concept to reach a large number of people and membership, clear roles. Every individual should define, should get a clarity in the role and responsibility. So here in this high performance team, as a leader, we should make people to understand the clear goals and methods of working together, common ways of doing things, problem solving, decision making, and innovative thinking. All the points will make the team to be a more and more productivity and high performance team and empowering leaders. Friends, today the biggest challenge is that empowering our own team. The success and failure of our team is directly proportionate to the knowledge and the concentration what we give it to the team. So if you could able to empower leaders, empower your own people, that what more happiness. There are many companies, they spend lakhs and lakhs of money for training and other thing, but if it reaches, if the people get benefit out of the real empowerment, it will directly reflect on the productivity. Productivity is nothing but the quality efforts. Remember, friends, time and efforts remain same for good or bad results. So here for the good and best results, if you really empower your team, develop your team, it will reflect in the quality in the results. So role of a leader, high performance team is to that. Number one, achieving the task that inspire common purpose, provide direction by setting up the common individual goal. So the achieving the task, the main agenda is achieving the task. For that, developing every individual. Friends, here, this is it complements each other. People development will help us to achieve the task and building and maintaining the team. For that, we should know about your own people, know about your people, know about your team. That will help to maintain and build a good team. And developing the people, again, every person who are all working in the team, periodically they should get a not only a knowledge. We always used to feel that if I offer a food to my friend, food to my people, I may get close rapport, I may develop a close relationship. Yes, that is a one aspect. You can have a food with him, you can spend time with him, you can personal, you can discuss about him. And above that, if you could able to develop his presentation ability, if you could able to develop his communication ability, if you could able to make him to think better, this empowerment will give more and more, it will reflect on the efforts, that reflects on the results which we have been seeing in our company, where the efforts before empowerment, results before empowerment, the same time same efforts after empowerment, we could able to see huge outcome. Why? Because your team is not only working against competition, working against the competition of minds, working over the competition of products. Product competition always it varies, but the minds, if you build a strong team, my dear friends, your results will be always qualitative. Your results are nothing but the empowerment. Many company they can copy the product, and they take the people also from one company to the company, but that alone will not make the people to achieve something. The reality is that how you are empowering the team, how you are developing the team. So in this continuation of topic, I would like to convey certain don'ts. These all the things don'ts. These don'ts are something very careful. We say no, don't pluck the flower, don't touch that. Here I say that these are all the areas. Please don't touch all these number following things. Number one, micromanage. Many times the closeness increases between each other. Unknowingly, we touch the micro areas, which is very sensitive. Every person should have optimum distance with each other. Is it not? You agree with me, friends? Every person should have the optimum and require space between each other. So never go and control the people on the micromanagement. So that is a shock. If you enter deep into the micromanagement, you will get a current shock. So never enter, don't enter into the micromanagement, micromanaging things, and override tough decisions always. See, no doubt, you need to be enthusiastic, you need to be aggressive, you need to be task oriented, but all the time riding a tough decision always may lead to the challenge. Don't overriding tough decision always, and take out support in difficult situation. I know the difficult situation, people they just turn this side, they take out the support. That should not, your support should be consistent all the time. So difficult situation, don't take out the, remove the support from that. Avoid deal with the conflicts and risks. Whenever the conflicts and risks, avoid dealing. So people they used to avoid the dealing with the conflicts and risk situation. So don't do that. And encouraging blame game. Don't encourage many times blame game. It's common for the many small area people. Like never encourage blame game. Everyone or who is right is not important. What is right is important. Many times blame game comes. I am right. He is wrong. I am right. He is it. No individual is right. No individual is wrong. Only the action. What is right is important than the who is right. So don't encourage blame game. And don't discount other emotions and perspective. A small person may have his emotional, may have his perspective. Respect it. Don't discount it. That's a waste. Never say that others are really. Don't discount the others' emotion and perspective. Respect equally that others' emotions and perspective. And don't be overall theoretical. See, people always used to be a theoretical. If you ask me, even in fact, this itself I feel sometimes theoretical, because theoretical is the one where it may not be useful for the large term. From the heart, from your straight, from your heart and mind straight, you just talk to them. And theoretically, if you just go, no, definitely people may not like in this day. So don't be over there. Of course, it's required. Theory is required, but it's optimum. What size? Like a pinch of a salt. So that it should be everything on the optimum shape as well as optimum size. So don't be over theoretical. So these are all the things I always suggest. Don't do that. And friends, today I would like to share the 4E, that high performance team requires a 4E: enable, encourage, empower, and engage. So let us understand what 4E is about. That enable the team capabilities, to appreciate training and measure the effectiveness of the same. So we should enable the team, the capabilities by appropriate training and measure the effectiveness of the same. We should always the team always should measure their effectiveness. Okay, what is the outcome? It always they themselves enable the team to make it happen and encourage with appreciation, rewards, recognition, high performance individual and team periodically. My dear friends, more than a food, I always say, oxygen for every person is appreciation. Oxygen means that everyone require, even if there is small good one, 1 minute we have to appreciate them. It's good. Good is good. Of course, depreciation also it should be a 1 minute only. So it should be always appreciation will give even a small good word pronounced. You appreciate always. Appreciation is biggest. What I can say is weapon and biggest one, and recognize them whenever you give a recognition. If you really want to build team, my dear friends, appreciation and recognition, that too again optimum. That should not be more artificial. That should not be overboarding sometime. Everywhere we should always remember the silver line, friends. See, I used to tell, if heat increases 1 degree more, will become fire. Understand? One emotion increases 1 degree, another side increase, it change the emotion shape will change. Similarly, appreciation, it should be optimum and it should be there, and it should be optimum, it should be there. So let us encourage the appreciation, rewards, recognize in a high performance team, and also open communication to the adaptable change. So the communication should be transparent, and it should be open to the people where they can able to adapt it. And in a team building activities, fun. It's like a team building. It should not be a pressure. See, like playing a one. How nicely they should able to be. It should be adapted by anyone. It should not be a pressure. Like a fun, they should have that, and positive environment. So these are all the 4 E's will improve your quality, will improve the high performance, my dear friends. See, it is conscious action. Whatever I'm just sharing with you, my dear friends. Many people they know that. Many people know that. I always used to tell, knowing is not doing. Knowing is not everything. From knowing stage to the action, that is one where conscious will play a vital role. Many times, many things we know that we know what to do, but we don't bring into the action. We just knowing is only a knowledge. Okay, action will give a result. So let us all carry this into the action for the best results. I always tell the best leadership. So here you can see the situational leadership. Order of the day, what is required for everyone is situational leadership. I will not say democratic or autocratic or effective or that. More than that, this leadership is something superior. Situational leadership. We need to be autocratic for the newcomers, for the new places. We need to be a democratic at one place. We need to be a effective. We need to be a so it all require along with that. Above all, the require leadership is all about situational leadership. So situational leadership will, if you look into it, forming, storming, norming, and performing. These are all the 4 stages you can see in the situational leadership. 4 stages where we play a very vital role in a formation, in a forming a team. Give a close direction, clear goal, communicate, teach them, coach them. See, the formation, right? I always tell that formation is like a construction basic, the brickwork. So the formation should be more and more educating the team, forming a team. And the next stage is storming, that the convince, storming, explain the decisions, enable the positivity, and to ask questions. And norming, that is a hint ideas and facilitate decision making. And overall, we should bring the team into the performing zone. So in this aspect, my dear friend, the situational, all the places we should play a role. Situational leadership will be a really order of the day to day. Everyone to be a situation, adopt the situation. We should know everything, and we should use it when, as and when it required. So it will help the team to become more successful team. So let us all understand about the situational leadership. And friends, today I would like to share this topic where the managing goals, adapting an agile approach to performance management. Agile approach. See, what is an agile approach is nothing but the action. That means the leader should be in the forefront. Agile means it is I should set, see, if I want to start a meeting by 9 o'clock, I should be there by 8:45. I should be there by 8:50. Just for the sake of meeting, I'm saying. Not only meeting, every action, a leader should be in the forefront. Every action, the leader agility the leader agile will be set a benchmark for everything. So the leader is the one where always should be agile. That's what we say, that agile approach to the performance. If you are agile, if you're aggressive, if you're really enthusiastic, that really scores a lot, my dear friends. Agile, that is the first word. Agile and future focused. Always today's efforts is not for today. Understand? Today is nothing but the outcome of yesterday, what I made. Tomorrow, future focus. I always should work for future. After 5 years, where my company is going to stand, where my people are going to stand. I always look at the future focus. Even if recently we took a regional manager in Tamil Nadu, I was looking at him, young guy, young man. By seeing him, I always look at the future. After 10 years, this man should lead at least 500 people. This man should have should become like a CEO. Why? Because always leader is visionary. Leader should be a visionary. Always should, if you think about the future, even if take a person, young person in a new company, we have taken Niche Therapeutic at Guntur. By seeing him, always look, by seeing his quality, we are young boy, I've got big future. We look at the future focus. So, my dear friends, a leader should be a future focused and coaching driven. Coaching, every leader should be a coach, my dear friends. By doing agile, future focused, and coaching, we can make the team to do the certain things. Number one, accountability and result orientation. Your team will be if you are agile and future focused, coaching driven person, your team will have more accountability and results orientation. Friends, today the responsibility is accountability. What I have to do, what I have to execute should have a accountability. Accountability will come only when you apply this, all the three important requirement from the leader side. And meaningful coaching. Coaching is not over reading. Many times over reading, over knowing, not required. Coaching, and it should be a meaningful. What is required for our conversions? What is required for our handling internal people and handling doctors? So the meaningful coaching one should have. Rewards and recognition. See, friends, rewards and recognition, it's something like important activity and real time tracking. So everything, it should happen in a stipulated period. Even in this program, if it takes little more time, it becomes monotonous, and it gives a what do we call difficult to hear. So the real time tracking will be useful and feed forward. So these are all the things that will give high performance teams. My dear friends, high performance is completely in the hands of a leaders, not in the hands of a people. It's all leader who decide that my team should be a high performance team. If you are a team of 4 or 8 or 10 or 20, doesn't matter, doesn't know that what is the size of your team. But whatever the size of your team should be a high performance team. For that, I would like to always feel that take decision that my team should be a number one team. My team should be a the example team for the company, the entire operations. So this decision will make you to take the process. So here the process, I would like to share how this process of results oriented conversation is placed. Number one, talk about the achievement. If the high performance is again the process we should apply here. Here, what the process says is talk about the achievements and action taken to meet goals. All the time, whatever even a good small achievement, detailing is good, appreciate that and develop that. What all the process required to achieve the goals, and talk about the achievements and actions taken to meet the goal, what all the actions required to meet the goals, and explain about the benefits of the goal, and always challenge faced, what all the challenges every day there's a challenge for people, new challenges people they face. Always share about how to overcome the challenges, talk about how to overcome the challenges, and appreciate really today, my dear friends, this toughest situation. Salesforce are facing a various challenges in day-to-day action. We have to empathize them and give them a real support. If you continue to be the old timer of blaming, asking only the outcome, definitely today you may not form a team. You should able to, like a coach, I always look coach like a boxing coach. How every round, the player get a lot of the boxer coach he brings and he swipe all the thing, and You make him ready and send him for the second round. Is it not? Similarly, every call or every action, we all should empathize people and support them. And whatever the best support possible for you, we should give them and prepare them for what is next. Prepare them for the what is next. This is a process where the results oriented conversion. By the end, I would like to say that the talent wins the game, but teamwork and intelligence wins. Actually, we say winning. Winning is nothing but the team. Okay, so team wins the championship. The talent wins the game, but team wins the championship. So we all as a team should influence our own people and make the people to work well and to bring our team into a top performance team. That is what we are looking forward. So I really thank everyone for patient hearing in this Sunday, in spite of your challenges, in spite of your difficulty. So with the love or with the pressure or with the passion, somehow you all have come here. Thank you very much, my dear leaders. I sincerely pray and wish that everyone should be a most powerful person on making ourselves and our team to be a success, and not only a success, should be a high performance team we should build. Thank you very much. I love you all. Over to Mr. Yashwant Mishra and Arpan. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a exhaustive session. First on leadership, and then of course on building high performance team. In fact, the story that you started with was really very inspiring, because the sun and the wind, well, they were at loggerheads as to who is more powerful. It was basically trying to challenge between coercion and appreciation. And it's always said that coercion doesn't work for a long time. It's very short-lived. It is very transient, because some things which are ephemeral, some things which are transient, they look very strong, but in the long run, they become really weak. And so was the wind as well. It was the sun who could actually disrobe the person because of the heat that it produced. But the strength of the wind could not do it. So coercion is not the way to convince people. It was more of appreciation, which goes a long way, though it is not very costly, but the costs are manifold because this lasts for a very long time. So it tells me about another theory which was said by Mr. Douglas MacGregor. He proposed the theory X and theory Y. In theory X, he said that employees in an organization don't like to work hard. And theory Y says that employees in an organization love to work. So the first theory, theory X, says that you need to coerce the employees to work, but theory Y says you need to appreciate the employees to work. But these are two theories which will never stand out in a real life situation. A real life situation is a theory XY, where somewhere you need to be a little bit coercive, but in other places you need to be appreciative. Just like you said, that we need to have an optimum where we need to balance between the coercion and the appreciation. Fantastic point you said, that we need to have a line, we need to have a boundary line where appreciation and coercion should not mix with each other. Very well said, sir, for that. And in fact, some of the greatest leaders we have seen that they don't impact the people for a day, a month, or a year. They impact people for a lifetime. And that is the success of a leader, where they are able to impact the teams for a long time, almost a lifetime. Another very important part that you said was about micromanaging. In fact, micromanaging doesn't make a good leader. Rather, hand-holding is a better way to train people, to make people empowered. And empowerment was also another thing that you touched upon, because empowering people is one step. We are progressing towards succession planning, where we are trying to bring the best out of the people so that they can be promoted to the next role. And that is where succession planning plays a major role in taking the organization so very much forward. In fact, you told about the 4 E's also. So, which was very much important about enable, encourage, engage, and all those 4 E's, they play a very important role in making a high performance team. At the same time, we need to have a mission and the vision. Both these things are required. So a leader should not suffer from myopia. He should always see something which is there much ahead, not something which is very short distance. So any leader suffering from myopia is not going to take the organization forward. He's rather going to take the organization behind. That's a very important part. And in fact, for a high performance team, especially for an informal team, the 4 or the 5 steps, that is forming, norming, storming, performing, and adjourning. These are very important, because when a team is formed, they always have a task in hand. And when the task is there in hand, we need to nominate the right person for the right task, because often we try to put people into other shoes where they don't fit. A person who is suitable for marketing, we put the person in HR, which is not his or her cup of tea. So we need to have the right person at the right place at the right time doing the right job. So that is very important. And as you rightly said, the 4 or the 5 stages, the forming, norming, storming, performing, and adjourning, plays a very important part. Then what makes a horse win? Obviously, we always say that you can take a horse to the pond, but can you make it drink water? I say, yes, I can. How? By making the horse tired. If the horse gets tired, he will drink water. We don't need to pull the horse to the pond. Let's make the horse tired. So let us make people knowledge thirsty. They will definitely come to seek knowledge. We don't need to force people to get knowledge. Let them seek knowledge instead. And when we are seeking something, there is always a chance that we are gaining something. So that should play a very important role as far as building successful high performance team is concerned. And of course, there are some high performance team qualities that you said about trust. Yes, transparency and trust, they are very important, because without transparency, trust cannot be there, and vice versa. At the same time, the communication needs to be very clear. By clear communication, I don't mean using flowery words. It is not efficient communication. It is effective communication, where whatever I need to convey as a leader goes to my team in exactly the same way as it was intended. The third thing is, of course, the defined roles and responsibilities, because in a high performance team, every member has got a defined role and responsibility. And if each of them take it to task, then we would definitely end up with a really high performance. Next is engaged leadership, because a leader knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So for any team to perform, it has to be the leader who has to take the lead, because as it is said, a captain can only be as good as the team. It cannot be better than the team or bigger than the team. So some very good examples are there in Indian cricket, starting from Saurav Ganguly to MS Dhoni, Virat Kohli, and of course, our illustrious or my illustrious, that is Kapil Dev, the person who showed the world that India can be the world champion. Because unless you show the way, nobody is going to go the way. So Kapil showed the way, and that brought money into Indian cricket. And Dhoni showed the way that T20 can flourish in India, and that was the cradle for IPL. So every great leader has to show the way so that somebody goes the way. And finally, the last part is collective goal. My goal and your goal has to match. And that is why Messi and CR7 is so good, because they have a collective goal and every team member knows exactly where to pitch the ball so that the goal can be scored. So also in our high performance team, we all should aim for a common goal, and that should be the target where we are all aiming. Somebody aiming for a personal goal, somebody aiming for a professional goal, but no problem. Common goal has to be there. That is meeting the goal of the organization, where the professional and the personal goal has to match. So thank you so much, sir, for such a wonderful knowledge sharing, first on leadership and second on building high performance team. In fact, there has been a lot of appreciation that has been pouring in from different social media. Let me take the name of few of them who have appreciated your session. Mr. ICS Verma, Mr. Satyala Srinivas Reddy, Mr. Raman Bhatt, Mr. Devabrata Mazumdar, Mr. Nasiruddin Chishti, Mr. Aramugam Arasan, Dr. Satish Polshettivar, Mr. Amitesh Mishra, Mr. Shiv Shankar Maurya, Mr. Vinay Pandey. So they have been very appreciative about the session that you have taken so far on leadership and high performance team. But sir, it takes me to a few questions that have come, which I would like to ask you, sir, is that it is said behind the success of any team in an organization, the first line manager's role become very important. The first line is a training manager. He is a product manager. He is a marketing manager and a role model for the team member. So according to you, can you share us a few tips for the first line managers to build effective high performance teams?
Yeah. Yes, rightly said by you that First line manager is whole life is about the first line FLM. In fact, I never forget in my life, 90s when 93 when I started my career, Mr. Venkatesan, he was my first line manager. Taught me the basics, conversion. Once we complete the doctor conversion, we come and we used to enjoy. We used to say, "Come on, cheers." We used to have a cup of a tea, and everything right from the first call to till last call, whatever is seeded. That is, I call it as a soft first programmer. I can say if you buy a new computer, the first installation of software, it is all that first line manager who makes everything in the minds of our people. First line leader are everything. My dear first line leaders, you feel that never that don't worry about your career growth, or you don't worry about your personal challenges, what you are individually facing. Worry about the new person who is coming inside after completing the graduation, after completing education, with a lot of by carrying a dreams and desires, stepping and touching a hands of you and holding a hands of you, teach him, coach him, develop him. Who knows that tomorrow he may be the CEO for a great company. Tomorrow he may be the managing director for a great company. Always feel that, feel fresh, free, show your utmost love, care for the newborn baby, newborn representative. PE we say, in another company we say territory leader. In here, commonly medical representative people, they understand in this industry. Here, give utmost care. Tomorrow he will be ruling the country, ruling the world, ruling the entire things. So let us all give more care for the new beginning. That can be possible only by the FLM, first line leaders. First line leaders are like always I tell them that they are trendsetters of everything, the face of the company. Everything it reflects on the first line manager's behavior. If you worry about them, see, my 90%, what generally it happens, what personally I get benefit out of every action. If you look at this perspective, you may not develop either team or even your individual. So give what best possible and get from the people. And I tell you, first line managers are everything. They're the trendsetters of the company, trendsetters of the even in industry. First line managers are important. I always expect them and say them one repeated word: demonstrate. First one, demonstrate, and also contribute, and then expect control. Control is the last area. First word, when a young boy comes, no, we always go for the controlling them first. Control is the last area. First one is demonstrate that how the conversion will take place. Demonstrate that how RCPA will take place effectively. Demonstrate, contribute to the success of him, and at last you expect control. So control is the last area after doing these two area of demonstration and contribution. Let us all, as a first line leader, more and more, I request you all to do these two actions as demonstration and contribution, and then you can automatically control the team. This is what the message I wanted to convey for a first line managers. And really, first line managers are a revenue generator for the companies. So we always will treat them as a revenue ministers, such important they have. And anything, and definitely we can discuss. This is what my message, Mr. Akbar.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. In fact, a strong first line manager builds a strong foundation for a super strong organization. So we need to dwell a lot on how we are going to select the best first line, because on them depends the future of the organization, because they are the person who are in touch with the new joiners in the organization. The entire onboarding process takes place through their hands. In fact, they become the role models to so many new people who look up to their area managers or the first line managers as their role models, and they would always like to emulate what they are doing. So yes, indeed, sir, the first line managers become very important. Another thing that has been doing the rounds is that nowadays employees lack a lot of motivation, because some of the presentations which are given by leaders become very boring because of the monotonous nature. So to make people engaged with the presentation, in fact, we both support this notion that storytelling is a very important way in which we can bring back the interest of the team, of the employees into the subject, so that we can make the sessions much more engaging. So in your point of view, sir, can you tell us a few points on inspiring and influencing the teams to perform really high?
See, the first and foremost, influence is a only thing action. Before influence, you need a base. that is called as an inspiration. Inspire them first, and then next influence. Influence will not come just like that unless you inspire them. I always tell inspiration is a first, then only everything. Not only unless you don't stand as a inspiration for the people, they will not accept your influence. You agree with me, friends? So yeah, what is required is set the standard for everything. Role model. You be the first inspiration. So inspire them and then influence them. So what all the inspiration require, first and foremost, before more and more you talk, more and more you act, show them a visible contribution, show them, inspire them, and then influence them. So always keep an inspiration as a first step. This is what the message I would like to convey. For the trustworthy should be, then only you will get influence. Understand? Thank you.
Fantastic,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
First perspire, then inspire. That is where the 24-48 principle comes into place, because strategies are made at 24 degrees centigrade, but they are implemented at 48. So unless and until the leader touches the 48-degree to find out what are the real life challenges, it would be very difficult sitting at 24-degree to actually gauge what are the difficulties faced on the field. So that is why for a leader, it is very important to first perspire and then inspire and lead the way for others to follow the footsteps. Thank you so much, sir, for such a wonderful presentation and such wonderful question answers. I'll now just go over to Yashwant Mishra, sir, whether he has got any questions from his end. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Arpan. Wonderful discussion, sir. We really liked, thoroughly enjoyed your discussion and the teachings and the insights you shared about leadership and building high performance team. I would like to mention some of the people who are very much eagerly appreciating your session in YouTube. Ambatanka, Viswanathan sir, who is your partner, then Mr. Karthik Patal Palani, Rajesh R, Adalanka, and Minakshi Ayer ma'am, who is a core part of Life Pharma Coalition, Babu Srinivasan, Raman Bhatt, Tinu John, Srivastav Shiv Shankar Maurya, Vinay Pandey, who was our speaker for the last week, and also the Rohit Valankar, who is also a regular viewer of Life Pharma Coalition. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for your appreciation and encouraging us in building a high community-based support. Sir, there is a question, and that question is very relevant. One of the colleague has asked how to take care of the attrition. As you know, in current situation, there are a lot of attrition, and it is the first line manager who is blamed first for the attrition. If you can give some tips for our line managers, how to restrict or how to stop attrition and build a stable team, it would be great for them.
Yeah, thank you. Correct. See, the universal global problem challenge, the same requirement, how the economy, to be improved. Similarly, attrition is also a sensitive, it's a difficult one. See, I can answer you just like that, do that, do this, do that, do this. But before that, I would like to ask you a question. Are you really connected with your team? First, you check your point. There is no external switch at all. I will not say do that, this mathematically. I don't believe in that. I ask a question. Are you really a true leader to hold a team? First, do not check out the people. Many times people used to blame. What is it? Times have changed. People are changing. People see right from my childhood, I've been hearing competition is increased, season is dull, no sales, and a lot of sales pressure. Companies are struggling. See this notion, this word, and people are leaving. Attrition is high. This I've been hearing right from beginning. I mean, for the past 30 years of my journey in this. I also always ask, if you are a true leader, if you are a true person, if your honesty and if your sincerity is best towards your team, you can expect 10% from that. You can expect small quantity from that. Attrition is nothing but the proportionate of your care, proportionate of your honesty, proportionate to your attachment and connectivity. How much ever you are having a bonding towards a reality. Many areas we might have not connected honestly with our team. We might have given a space, gap, especially in your actions. So that might be the reason. See, people, they say starting salary or allowances or incentives. Yeah, that and all will play a role. Percentage is there for every this one, and company brand name, company image. More than that, your leadership is questionable here. Your leadership is your responsibility for controlling and having the connectivity towards the team. Of course, managed companies require company HR policy is important, company incentive structure is important, company sales target should be achievable. Everything is matter. I will not say this alone is not a matter, but above all, see, all these points are important, and above all, your connectivity, people always should have a, people will work for the people first, and such a connectivity you have, give them, bring them into the performance zone as soon as possible. I always tell, if you want to hold the attrition, performance is one and only way. Okay, understand? If anyone asks me that how I can be a continuous Indian team cricket player, how I can retain myself, can play in the team forever, performance. Is there any other way? If I keep on perform, no one will change. Is it not? If I don't perform, even for Virat Kohli, they will say, think about alternate. You understand? So it's a performance is the one where one and only bonding, one and only way of holding the team. If they don't consistently perform, they themselves get demotivated. Of course, they will look for another manager. Hey, if I be with this manager, I'll keep on work. I may not get performance. I may not get success. See, everyone are success hunters. No one, we cannot just like that take that people that these like that is. Everyone are desired people. Everyone are ambitious. Everyone wants to achieve something in their life. No one is joining with you for the sake of playing. Okay, they are all coming with a agenda. So if you could able to meet the agenda, meet the purpose, you all can work with them. Thank you, friends. This is about my this one. Okay, if you feel it's
Thank
good,
you,
you
sir.
can
Thank
adapt
you
it.
very much. And you have given a wonderful way of how to stop attrition. And it is also coincident to see I have been seeing your team. Your RenoCare is a perfect example of building a strong team. It is one of the company which is having minimum attrition across the pharma industry. RenoCare, a company you have built in last 17 years, is a perfect example. Is one you are connected with each and every team member, how you can build a strong team and you can take care of attrition. Thank you very much, sir. Two core point you told, people work for people. So in case you are interested to retain people, first thing is connect with them, emotional connection, building bond, and they should feel good environment. These are the aspects where you can build a strong team and also a stable team, because a stable team only can be a performing team. So really thoroughly enjoyed, sir. Thank you very much. It is a nice interaction, although we have requested you to come here for 1 hour, but we have already crossed 1.5 hour. So thank you very much. Thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you very much, viewers, for your encouragement, continuous support and appreciation. We look forward for the same love, support, and appreciation in our future programs also. We are really humbled and thankful and grateful to Krishnan Balaji, sir, for his love and affection to you us. Sir, over to Arpan for the closing remarks.
Yeah, thank you so much, Yashwant sir. Well, it was a nice tour that you took us through the Raipur city for the various background images that we could see behind you. So thank you for that. And yes, Balaji sir, you told about some of the fantastic ways in which attrition can be reduced in organization. Because I always believe that you need to train people so well that any point of time they can leave the organization. But we need to treat them so well that at any point of time they are not ready to leave the organization. So that's the best way to prevent attrition. So thank you so much for such wonderful presentation, Balaji sir. In fact, I'll come over to you for your learning from this session of LPC 117. What has been your learnings?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Let us build strong team. Thank you. Love you all. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you. And now to end the session, I would like to thank Imagica Health for their uninterrupted support for our LPC sessions. Please continue giving your support. We are totally indebted to you. Once again, to inform our viewers that we are not over with the COVID pandemic. So please maintain the SMS, that is sanitization, mask and social distancing, along with the vaccination. And we are very sure that we can get over this pandemic. Let us keep our environment clean and green, because that is the best gift we can give to our next generation. As it is customary, before ending the session, I generally narrate a story. So today's story goes like this. There was a temple in which there stayed the deity, the god, and the priest. The priest always had a complaint to God. He always used to say that, dear God, you are always standing there, not doing anything, and people come and worship you and give you such a lot of offerings. And I have to do all the hard work, but I do not get anything worth the return for the job that I am doing. So one day God said, okay, let us do a thing. Let us exchange our positions. Today, I will become the priest and you become the god. The priest was very happy, but then God said that I have one condition. The priest asked, what is that? God said that you can become the god for a day, but you have to remain silent. You should not speak any word, because if you do so, then you will immediately come back to the priest position. The priest agreed and said, okay, I'll try that. So now the priest turned into a god, and the first person that came was a rich but dishonest businessman. He came to the god and said that, God, please bless me. I am starting a new business. And telling that, he bowed down before the deity. And while he was doing that, a pack of notes fell down from his pocket. But he did not realize this. He took the blessings of God and went on his way. The next person who came was a poor man. He said, oh God, this is the last rupee that I have in my pocket, and I am offering it to you. So please change my luck. Please do something so that I can earn some money. And telling this, he bowed down to the deity. Now, the moment he did it, his eyes fell on the money that was on the floor. He took it as a gift of God and put it inside his pocket. This god, the god come priest, said that, Arey, what are you doing? You are stealing. But he could not say anything. He was saying this because God has told him you cannot speak. He said that, Arey, this money doesn't belong to you. Why are you taking this? But he couldn't say. He had to remain silent. And the third person who came was a sailor. He came to God to seek for blessings because he was going on a voyage. He said, God, I'm going for a voyage for 2 months on the dangerous seas. So please bless me so that I can come back safely to my family and friends. And just when he was about to go out, the rich businessman came with a group of police and said that this man has taken my money, please arrest him. Now the priest turned to God, could not hold himself any longer. He said, stop, stop, stop. This man has not stolen the money. It is the other man who had come, who had taken the money away. And the moment this priest who had turned into God started speaking, he immediately changed into a priest. Now God said, why did you speak? The priest said, because I had to. Otherwise, they would have arrested the wrong person. Now God said, see, let me tell you what would have happened. The first person who came was a dishonest businessman. For him, losing a few hundred rupees wouldn't have costed him much. The second person who got the money was a really poor man, and those few hundred rupees meant a lot to him. And as far as the third person, who was a sailor, had he been arrested, he would have been kept in the lockup for 2 or 3 days. But because of lack of evidence, he would have been ultimately released. But now you know what you have done. You have actually allowed the sailor to go on a sea, and in the next 2 days there will be a storm in the sea and the ship will capsize and he will die. So sometimes it becomes very important that we remain silent, because that is the way we are going to do good to everybody. So as leaders, sometimes hearing a problem is more important than speaking about a problem. A leader is best when his team barely knows about his existence. And when the team wins the award or reaches the goal, they can take the credit for themselves without the leader coming to the front. Leadership is not about titles, positions, or work hours. It is about building relationship. It is about appreciating the team. So that augurs well with the discussion that our Balaji sir had today about the different styles of leadership, and of course building a high performance team. And the common thing that both of them had is empathy, is appreciation for the team. And that's all for the wonderful message that you have left for all our viewers on LPC 117. So thank you so much, Balaji sir. Thank you so much, Yashwant sir. And thank you so much for our live audience for your support for making this session so very engaging. This is Arpan Kumar Paul bidding goodbye to all of you with a promise of reconnecting with you next Sunday at the same time with a new set of speakers, a new set of thoughts, and a new set of learnings. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful Sunday. It is goodbye and namaste from our end. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So with the permission, shall we conclude?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. So, so from here now, I'm ending this meeting. Happy Sunday, sir.